If you're giving away free strategies, roadmaps, and audits for somebody's business, whether you're in a service business or if you're some kind of agency and you're not charging anything because that's how you actually get the client to sign up with you, what if I told you could actually take that roadmap, productize it, and start selling it as a business so that you could inject immediate cash flow into your business? That's what we're going to talk about today on Beyond the Claim, where we could basically take part of your service, turn it into a product, and inject cash flow so you don't have to wait until the end to actually get paid. And let's get into it right now in 3, in 2, in 1. Welcome everybody. My name is Vince Perri, your business broker, entrepreneur, public adjuster, here to basically really teach you some of the different things that are involved in regards to ultimately scaling your business. But not only scaling your business so that you have the freedom of time to really do the things that you love to do, and also making sure that you specialize and focus on the things that really lighten you up and really energize you. Because ultimately, what I like to say is a business that you can sell is a great business to own. So I'm not saying that you have to sell your business, but that kind of business where it's valuable enough where you can sell it will give you the opportunity to give you time and freedom. And then maybe if you decide to sell it, you can go ahead and do that too. So again, my name is Vince Perri. This is Beyond the Claim. Make sure that you like and you subscribe, hit the bell icon. Guys, we've got a show every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday, I've got a special guest here in the studio. Wednesday, I do this solo show. And then Friday, I go live from my home office and really take you behind the scenes to really try to make an impact as much as I can. That's my word for 2025, is to really be impactful. And I make sure that every single thing that I do for you guys, every time I come on in front of this camera, is to try to do that. And on Fridays with the live show, I really take you behind the scenes of what's going on. So let's get right into it. So today we're going to be talking about how to really take your roadmap, right? So what I mean by roadmap is normally, like, I'll just give you a great example. As a public adjuster, one of the first things that we do, which by far is the most valuable part of the service that we provide as public insurance adjusters, is we go and we inspect your property. But we don't just inspect your property. If you call a public adjuster to go out to your home because you filed a claim, basically what the public adjuster does is first, they review your policy to make sure that there's coverage in regards to the kind of loss that you might have. Then we do a thorough inspection on the home. We take very, very meticulous notes down. And then we do a very thorough photo documentation, which means we have softwares that we use where we don't only take photos, but we also sort of narrate those photos. And we put little markings on it. And we create a very valuable photo report that you could present to the insurance company so that the insurance company has more evidence so that they could actually pay your claim. And then the last thing we do, well, two more things we do, is we scope it out and we put an estimate together on what it's going to cost to actually do the repairs. And then as licensed public adjusters, we have the ability and the expertise to basically conduct and write a narrative of exactly what's going on with that claim and why it should actually be covered and paid. What if I told you, this is to the public adjusters out there, you could just package that. Call it a claim package. Call it whatever, the elite claims, whatever. And you package that and you actually sell it to the client. Now, please, I live in Florida. Depending on your state, there's a lot of little different laws and regulations that you might have to actually think about in regards to whether you have to charge a percentage or not, or sign the public adjuster contract or not. Let's just take that out of the equation for now. The idea of this video is to how can you take your service, whether that be public adjusting or air conditioning, or with me, business brokering, where you could take a valuable part of your service and actually turn that into a product. I'll give you one more example, is basically as a business broker, if you are interested in selling your business, you're going to come to me and you're going to say, okay, I want to know what the valuation is on that business. Well, if I'm going to sit down with you for an hour and then I'm going to take all of the information that I've gotten, put that valuation together, put an actual dollar amount of what it's cost, but also take a SWOT analysis and also have a roadmap of the number that you want to get to, and also put the EBITDA together and the SDE together and just put the overall value. It takes time. I actually charge for that. And there's a reason for that, is because ultimately it's valuable. And you can do the same thing for your service industry so that you don't have to wait until after the service is done. The idea of productizing a part of your service is so that you could inject cash flow. You could inject predictable cash flow into your business to give you more options on how you could ultimately scale that business to different heights and to different levels so that you don't have to do the service first and then get paid after. You could still conduct that initial review, initial roadmap with your client, get paid for that, and then bring them on as a client after. Because if they want to do it themselves, they can do it themselves if they want. But more than likely, if you were the one that provided them with the expertise, then they're going to come to you ultimately for the service anyway. Same thing with my business brokering. I provide that up front, and then eventually when they do want to sell that business, more than likely they're going to come to me to do it. And as public adjusters, you should be thinking about the same thing. So what I want to get to is basically the framework on how you can do that. So obviously, number one, it's like I just said, you're going to take your free roadmap, you're going to take whatever that initial consultation is together, you're going to put that into a package, and you're going to sell that, okay? What you're going to do is we can get into later, but you're going to get a few clients first, get their testimonials, create a landing page, have that landing page, put ads behind it, and then that's how you start actually having customers so that you can sell it. The next thing that you're going to do, in case you haven't created a landing page yet, is you're going to reach out to everyone in your entire network so that you could actually start really building this part of the business. Now, I know I mentioned the testimonials and the landing page. I would say before you do that, if you have a price point that you want to charge, say it's $2,500, I would recommend that the first 3 to 5 clients that you actually get to purchase this product, you're going to want to charge them, let's charge them half off, charge them 50% off. And here's the reason why, is because you want to, first of all, learn how to actually build this product that you're doing. And then you're going to want to get their testimonials, and you're going to want to get samples of these products so that you could show everybody else. And then you could actually really start building something that you could ultimately promote to other people at the full price that you want to promote it for. So number one is to definitely just create the product, and you're going to want to take your roadmap, you're going to package it. Number two is you're going to reach out to your entire network. Number three is you're going to use those testimonials, and you're going to build the landing page. That's what you want to do. Take those testimonials, put some content behind it, and you're going to have very, very valuable information. Number 4 is you're going to create a free lead magnet. Now, we're going to have videos that talk about creating a free lead magnet, but you're going to want to create a free lead magnet around the product. So if it is, let's say, again, claim package, you're going to create a free lead magnet on how someone could actually create their own claim package. Now, I know you're saying, Vince, why would I do that if I want to actually sell the product? Because the more value that you provide up front, the more people are going to want to buy with you again. And if you could create the value on how they can do it by themselves, again, you're the one that provided that value to them. So they're going to come back to you and say, this is too difficult. I don't know how to use that software. How do I draw on all of my photos? But I have over 1,000 photos. How can I do that? I don't want to do that. I don't know how to put an estimate together. And the narrative, I could say the narrative, but I'm not really sure what I can say in my claim package or my email to the insurance company that's going to actually help my insurance claim. And you can even give it to them all up front, and they'll try their best. But the free lead magnet is basically taking the product that you're able to create and showing them how to do it for free, like a checklist or like a guide or something like that, where you're just showing them how to do it. But when they have trouble, like I said, they're going to come to you. So you create that free lead magnet. So now you've got a packaged product. Okay, you've already reached out to everyone in your network. You've charged 50% off, and you've got 3 to 5 products that you've created. You are getting their testimonials of those 3 to 5 people that you created the product for that they're very happy about. You create the free lead magnet, checklist, or guide, or whatever it is, teaching other people how to do it. And then you're going to run ads. Again, we're going to get into other videos that teach you sort of how to do that, how to run ads. But that's what you want to do. You want to run ads, selling it at full price, so that you can ultimately just start getting more clients. And then once you do that, then you're good. Now you should have, based on the product that you created, all you did was sell 3 to 5 of them. You got those testimonials, you started running ads. Now is when it starts coming in. You have to run ads, and you have to continue to reach out to your network if you're going to continue to sell that product. But the good thing about ads, the good thing about the landing page, and the good thing about the lead magnet is that once it's created, it's done. You can let that sort of run on autopilot, making sure that you have an idea of how much you're spending per day on your ads. But if it's a $2,500 product and you're spending a couple $100 a day and you're selling one a day, I always say if you're spending $100 to make $2,500, that's not a bad deal. So go ahead and run those ads and start actually generating some consistent revenue. And the beauty about the Productize service is if it's some kind of package of some sort that you always do already, guess what that means? You could systemize that. You could easily come up with a template, and then you could have an administrator, you could have AI help you, and it could be done pretty quickly where all you have to do is do an overview where you're not creating it from scratch every single time. So by doing that, now you've got a systemized process, system, and product that's all automated and all going on its own, that you're no longer providing for free, that you're actually generating revenue from, that more than likely, the majority of those people after receiving your product will come to you for the service when they need more of it and they want to do it with you and they need help. So that's basically it. Those are your 5. I've got one more here, but I'm not going to say it because I'm going to leave the subscription model to another video. So let's do a quick recap. So number 1 is basically take your free roadmap, take your initial consultation, take that initial part where you're really telling everybody exactly, you're telling the potential client what needs to be done, and package that. Package that into an actual product. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to go into your Rolodex and you're going to try to find 3 to 5 people that will purchase that product for 50% off what you normally or what you want to charge for that. This way you could just start really, really quick, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to take those 3 to 5 people that you gave 50% off and you're going to ask them for testimonials. Also, you're going to take the package and I want you to sample it. So go on PDF and basically write the word sample across it so that you could show other potential people what it's like. Obviously getting permission that they're okay with doing that, those clients. You're going to get those testimonials. Then from the testimonials, you're going to build that landing page with the testimonials. Then you're going to create a free lead magnet that you're going to give away. What is the lead magnet? Those are people that are already going to be looking for your stuff. And then you're going to run ads. You're going to run ads so that you can ultimately start really selling this product online and start generating revenue rather quickly and rather automatically. Once you do all of this, you've literally just productized your service. You've just injected cash flow for a thing that you already do all of the time, because that's how you basically bring new people on. And now you're ready to scale. So that's my favorite thing to do. If you're in a service business and all you do is provide that service, find a way, think of a way, spitball with ChatGPT on what are some of the ways that I can productize this service so that I could actually start selling it online, selling it on my website. I could push some ads behind, I could hire a sales team behind, and I can actually start generating some revenue. I'm telling you, every single service business should have a product. And I don't mean merch, I mean some kind of product that they can sell. Because on the next video, I'm going to show you the next level of that is actually creating some kind of subscription model. So that's what we've got, guys, for the show. I hope I taught you something that you didn't know. And if I taught you something that you already knew, well, then that's good because you're ahead of the game. Because I will tell you, to be completely honest with you, is I've had a service type industry that I never created a service business and I never productized the business. And what ended up happening is cash flow becomes a real issue when you're having to actually service a client and wait to get paid at the end, especially when you're working on contingency. So public adjusters out there, it's very, very difficult to build a public adjusting firm on the model of waiting for the insurance company to actually make the payment, then waiting for the client to pay you, then waiting for the mortgage company to go through. I'm telling you, it's very, very difficult to scale when you don't have not just cash flow, but predictable cash flow. So keep that in mind for not just public adjusters, but for any service industry out there. Make sure that you do that. And that's the show that we have for you today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed it. Again, my name is Vince Perri. Make sure that you like and you subscribe to this channel and share it with whoever you like. If you want some more information, any more information at all, honestly, the best place to contact me is Instagram or Facebook, and the links are below. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. We've got a whole ton of content. Also, look out for our podcast guests that we have every single Monday, and then Friday is a live show. Every single Friday, live at 11:30 a.m. while you're having lunch, have a sit down with me so that we could just sort of take you behind the scenes of what's going on. I really appreciate you watching the show. Like I said, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. See you later, guys.